Thank you so much. We are so excited to share with you some of the changes to the math curriculum this year. Math is such a powerful tool. It can be used every day to solve real-life problems, and it provides ways to build mental strength. Math encourages logical reasoning, critical thinking, problem solving, and even communication skills. The world we live in is full of math. A focus on numeracy skills will provide students with a solid foundation of mathematical knowledge. Numeracy skills support real-life pursuits, including telling time, managing and using money, following instructions, or even reading a schedule. When students study mathematics, they gain in confidence and competence that will support future opportunities in many careers, such as computer science, artificial intelligence, teaching, engineering, and in many other fields. Caroline, would you like to share what's new with the big ideas in math?
Absolutely, Vince. So just to reassure families, not everything is new within mathematics. When you put 2 and 2 together, you still get 4. So some of the key changes that I wanted to share with you are with respect to how the curriculum is organized, what's included, and when that content is introduced. So let's talk a little bit more about those big ideas or organizing ideas. So I like to think of those big ideas as like a destination on a roadmap. It's where the learning is going. The big ideas in math include things like number, geometry, measurement, patterns, time, even algebra and statistics. Now, within those big ideas, they span across multiple grades, but what changes from grade to grade are what we call the learning outcomes. So for example, one of those big ideas, time, is examined from kindergarten through grade 4. And I like to think of those learning outcomes as kind of like the stops along the way that connect the learning from one grade to the next. So let's take a moment just to talk about time, one of those big ideas, as an example. So in kindergarten, children begin with understanding time as a sequence, being able to say what comes first, what comes second when they're ordering some events. In grade 1, they start thinking about time with respect to cycles, maybe looking at the seasons or the days of the week. In grade 2, students start comparing durations of time, maybe counting how many days until that next special event on the calendar. And in grade 3, students are beginning to tell time using a clock.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what the students will be learning in each grade?
Well, sure. So we've already talked a little bit about time. In kindergarten, children are looking at counting and representing quantities within 10. They're looking at recognizing 2-dimensional shapes and 3-dimensional objects that they can find in the world around them. They're comparing objects by mass or length or weight or even area as they're trying to solve problems through play, and they're recognizing patterns are all around them. In grade 1, students will recall addition and number facts to 20 and related subtraction facts, and they can model that using tools kind of like some of the ones that we have here, like this balance. New to grade 1 is going to be understanding equal halves, kind of like we see in the symmetry of this butterfly here. It's an early experience with fractions. They're also going to be modeling symmetry and how to make 2-dimensional shapes, ordering objects, and my favorite, sharing wonderings that they have about the world around them, gathering data to answer questions about that. Maybe, Vince, you could tell us a little bit more about what's happening in grade 2 and 3.
Sure. In grade 2, students will focus on adding and subtracting numbers within 100, sorting shapes and describing those sorting rules, measuring length in centimeters, describing durations of time in days, weeks, months, and years. They will also collect and graph data. As for number facts, students will be expected to learn, recall, and apply number facts so that they can complete math operations with speed and accuracy. Grade 3 brings changes in that now students will be expected to add and subtract numbers within 1,000, recall multiplication and related division facts up to 10 times 10, recognize different lines in 2-dimensional shapes, measure lines using metric units, tell time using analog and digital clocks, and finally, students will even be working with number concepts to support their financial literacy skills.
So we're so excited to see how this new curriculum will support students in building their confidence and awareness in mathematics.